What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is NyanRacingCat. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Hagrit. The map is Ghost Lake, and Hagrit's in a bit of an awkward position here, down 0-2 in this best of 5. This is basically a single elimination tournament if you're in the challenges bracket. You have to win 2 games in a row to get your champion placement for next season. I think the 4th place battlers have to win 3 games in a row, but that might have changed. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, because we had it all sorted out. Lots of behind the scenes discussions, but things changed and I can't remember. But basically, if you lose the game, though, you are out of the tournament and out of the postseason. So Hagrit going to be fighting for his life here. We'll see what he can come up with. NyanRacingCat going with his tried and true Oranos. He's played Oranos all throughout this tournament, done very, very well with him. And obviously picked some other gods like the Loki and the Kronos as well. So has a little bit of an idea about this. We do see the weirdest economic guild I've ever seen in my entire life here. I don't know what happened with NyanRacingCat, but he's moved up onto this location, thrown his economic guild down, and it does protect his villagers or his citizen on the wood line, but it's just not close to this boar at all. So, each to their own. You do what you can. We have seen a couple of relics already, so let's check those out. We've got the Girdle of Hippolyta here. Big hit point bonus, 5% to those archers. So that'll come in handy, especially for the Toxotes, because that does mean they can survive a little bit longer against those javelins from the Terma, which matters quite a bit. We've got the Ring of Nibelung here. Both relics worth picking up in this game. The Ring of Nibelung, not the most gold per minute. It's a little bit slow compared to some other things like the food income or the favor income in terms of how many villages you get for it. Effective villages. So you can go and grab that one, but we'll see how that goes. Villagers over here for Hagrit have managed to get a couple of polar bears. He's eating both of those first. Very, very smart. Lots of villagers on wood and gold. Maybe seeing an Ares rush here from Hagrit. He's got the temple going down in the front of his base. Obviously, Ghost Lake, the distance between you and the opponent is always like straight from the middle to the other one, and you can't really get that much closer without going over here. If you come over here onto this location, you can get very close. And this gold mine is very exposed, so an Ares rush may not be a bad idea by Hagrit. Maybe the temple going forward here could have been useful, but it's been seen to work before. I know that a couple of Oranos players, or the top level players, have been saying that Ares rushes with Poseidon just don't work. I'm not sure why, if they figured something else out about the strategy or not, but we'll see. And there's the Ares, 3:15 or 4:15 advance time for Hagrid. So we will be up first, and we are seeing the Ares rush coming in for Hagrid. So it's going to be very, very all in. Nice house and mana up for NyanRacingCat. But the big mistake here that Nyan's made is this temple is out of range of the town center from this location. The way to do this is you put the temple back here so that the back of the temple blocks this side of the gold mine. So you still effectively get the same amount of building blockage. And these villagers can mine the gold from this location or across here, if I get the proper thing. This location across. And then no buildings here will fall without the unit, whatever unit it is, taking damage. So this is going to be a little bit important here. So we'll see if that Cyclops can get the damage done or not. Theseus immediately queued out. You want to get Theseus, you want to get Hippolyta, and you want to be getting a stable and a military academy. How many resources does Hagrid have in the back? He's got enough to get out a stable only and the Hippolyta. He's got 2 favor, not wasting any time. Villagers moving forward here. Going to try and put them on the edge of the ice here. Stable coming down now. And how much does Hagrid have in the bank? He's waiting just on that next thing. One stable needs to make sure that's a military academy, not a second stable. Is going for it. So the rush is on the way. Prometheus, 4:30, exactly what NyanRacingCat wants to do is coming through. Going to be finishing off that board. Does have villagers over here on this hunt as well. Could be a good place to be fighting. And we see NyanRacingCat with the beautiful building wall. But like I said, this temple, very, very difficult to defend. So we'll see if it matters. Cyclops should probably go after the Sentry Tower first and then go after the Temple. We'll see if that happens or not. And then on top of that, the Theseus and the Hippolyta should come over here onto this hunt here. So we should see an immediate Pestilence here. There's the Pestilence going to be stopping this attack. The Oracle's coming in, and we do see a Valor coming through. Going to be going after the Theseus. Theseus getting a lot of strong wax on the Oracles before the Hippolyta comes in. Now Hoplites plus Hippocons coming in. Going to be able to move over here, and the Oracles do fall. And now the mana can get attacked. And I think I missed this. This mana here is very much targetable, and the Hippolyta can just sit here and start slinging away her arrows at the Citizen on Alt S. And we will be seeing NyanRacingCat doing the Alt S for the Citizen, but we'll be falling very, very shortly. Thank you so much for the 2 months to Prime. Go to his go. Happy Monday. Boy, just stopped to resub. Thank you so much for that one, my friend. I'm so glad you're enjoying the content. The Theseus does get picked off here. However, the mana is falling. But what is big right now for NyanRacingCat? He's managing to gather food up in that location. He's snuck a gold villager over here. And I think this is exactly what people have been doing with Atlantean against things like the Ares Rush. They sneak your citizens off. Got to keep these Catastrophes going. Got 2 villagers gathering from the gold mines here. And Hagrit's in a great position now, but he's not hurting as much right now. He's not hurting NyanRacing as much as he thinks, but the Temple does go down. Nyan is housed, does get that mana down, but does not get the Promethean out just yet. Population situation is 51 for Hagrit to 41 for NyanRacingCat. Going to be sending the Promethean forward. There is a Theseus back here already, so if so Hagrit should notice this as he sees the Promethean coming in and just send the Theseus over there to deal with that. Now Hagrit moving on to this location. He's probably spotted it with the Catastrophes he has, and now the unit's going to just come in, clean up that mana, try and pick off the Citizen here if he can. The Citizen making a break for it though. Going to sneak around the bottom of this map. The Hoplite jumping straight onto those Terma with their extra, was it 50% bonus damage against Terma? Or is it 75%? I always get confused. It's 50%. And the Sentry Tower does manage to get those villagers away from there. And what Hagrid needs to do now is move on to those gold villagers if he can, prevent those from gathering. There is the Valor coming in, and there is a potential shockwave that can be used. The Terma trying to go after this Cyclops. The Temple coming back down for NyanRacingCat. This Sentry Tower will be going down very, very shortly. One Hoplite does fall, but trades nicely for a Terma in this fight. Currently, the Sentry Tower almost down. Temple almost back out, which will mean Promethean here. And hopefully Hagrid's moved forward that Theseus now that he's dealt with the Promethean. I think he has. Unit's going to be moving out of this location now as the Sentry Tower has fallen, and that Cyclops going to be attempting to pick off a unit here. Doesn't manage to pick anything up, but almost picking off that. Miller does manage to snipe that with Hippolyta there, and going to have to retreat here for the time being. Still, just send a couple of units over here, a couple of Hippocon onto this location here, and just keep darting back and forth a little bit. One Hippocon is a good idea. That's a really low HP Citizen there, and we do see some more units falling. Theseus coming in, should be able to snipe down that Promethean so very, very fast. You see the damage that Hippolyta does, absolutely out of this world strong here. It does manage to pick that Promethean off, and going to be retreating yet again as Hagrid's in a great position right now. Villagers have been garrisoned into this mana, and again they're going to be attempting to make a break for it. Unfortunately, the Cyclops almost picked off a villager there, but does not manage to get so. The Citizen's still running around here, going to be making not quite able to make the great escape, going back into this mana. The units moving back onto the mana there to try and take it down, but NyanRacingCat bouncing in and out, and he's now getting gold from 2 different locations now, and Hagrid does not know about this. The Catastrophe was picked off, I believe. And now NyanRacingCat happy to keep moving in here and fighting this. The Cyclops going after this location here. The Citizens trying to make a break for it, and they will be able to get out of here. Nice shockwave hitting nearly every single one of those units. And the Cyclops still going to be able to take this mana down. That's going to hurt NyanRacingCat a little bit as we got some more units moving in onto this location here. Hoplite able to tank so much damage here while he's picking off the Murmillo as well. And now the units for Hagrid going to be making a run around here as NyanRacingCat Cat has managed to get this location. We have to basically, Hagrit needs to have a follow up here. He's transitioning into 1-1-1 here, adding in Toxotes into his army, which is fine. But NyanRacingCat is going to be able to continue here completely fine if he so chooses, and if Hagrit makes a mistake here, it's going to be a big issue. Still not moving on to these Caribou for some reason. Where is he getting all his resources from? Where are his villagers? Did he lose a bunch? He's on the berries instead of this hunt. A little bit of a question mark there. Obviously concerned about it, but shouldn't be too concerned. Now the Toxotes moving forward. We're seeing NyanRacingCat able to push Hagrid back. We're seeing 90 population for Nyan to 80 population for Hagrid. But Hagrid's army, such a better quality army than this of NyanRacingCat, who's got basically pure Terma here. 10 Terma and only 8 Murmillo compared to all of these units. These Toxotes here do give the Terma a target to deal peak damage, but I can't imagine that it's going to be that important because there's just such a strong Greek force here for Hagrid. Now he's going to turn onto this. Have to get some units onto those Terma because they still do damage regardless of anything else. And these units just going all after the Murmillo. This is not what you want to be doing. Got to send a couple of units onto those Terma every single fight. Nice micro from Nyan to pull those Terma onto the back. You're going to be sniping those Toxotes there so very, very fast. Population now 81 to 58 for Hagrid. That's absolutely huge here as NyanRacingCat has managed to recoup his score lead that he lost early here. The units all falling for Hagrid. He's going to have to get out of here now that NyanRacingCat is just so far in front on the population. And NyanRacingCat's micro pretty good here, picking off those Toxotes, not allowing them to do the max amount of damage. Nice micro from NyanRacingCat, pulling those Terma back as well. So just able to hold on against this Athena rush or Ares rush here. Gold mine almost expired. We do see the gold mine going to be expired for Hagrid as well. And this could potentially end in a gold starve, potentially a Hyperion here for NyanRacingCat will be very difficult to defend against. And even just upgraded classical units would be totally fine as well. Get those medium infantry out. Hagrid's still trying to produce those units, but it's 68 population to 110 with NyanRacingCat having 800 gold in the bank, just so far in front on the economy because of how strong his defense was with those sneaky gold villagers still over on this gold mine. He's almost gathered 1,000 gold outside of his base. That's so very, very good. The military academy almost back up. This raid, absolutely huge because Hagrid's out of food, basically. He's got the 5 goat left in his base, or 7 goat, a couple already getting gathered from, but almost out of resources in his base. He's got some berries over here he can grab, but these units are going to have to get back in here, and we do see almost 2 villagers falling here. 1 villager does go down. The Terma, unfortunately, oh, there we go. 2 villagers do get picked off, and Hagrid's still going for it in the middle of the base here, but still doesn't have enough units on these Terma. You just got to get a couple of them on there because anything does so much damage, and he does manage to do so. That's going to force NyanRacingCat out of here, and Nyan getting another villager kill, possibly by accident there, as the town center going to be cleaning this Terma business up. Now the villagers moving over here onto these gold mines to secure those, going to be able to do so very, very easily. Now Hagrid looking around the bottom. There are some boar here, which NyanRacingCat kind of has to go for. He's got a lot of villagers on wood, so he can just farm. But we'll see if Hagrid can catch this. This will be absolutely huge. He's got to come in, sneak in. Nyan hasn't spotted it just yet. There's 4 citizens here, and they're all going to get picked off. This raid is absolutely gigantic for NyanRacingCat. The shockwave has to come through, but I'm not sure this is going to be enough. The units should still be able to come around and catch it. There's still 2 citizens, but for some reason, Hagrid going to be letting them escape here. So not the victory that Hagrid wanted, but does manage to get out 1 shockwave. Now I've got the second town center coming up. This will secure this gold mine in the back here for NyanRacingCat. Potentially the idea for Hagrid could be Aphrodite here. How many resources in the bank is the question. not quite enough. The villagers over here on this gold mine, as the units running in, going to attempt to pick off some straggler units here, and probably going to do so as the units running in. Nice speed walking there from Hagrid. If you can move 2 units from different locations in one click, they'll attempt to get into their formation a little bit faster than they otherwise would. So you can get a little bit of an advantage there on the speed. And now the town center will be coming up as Hagrid's going to be caught out of position here. Not a lot you can do to prevent this one. These units very, very low HP, or a lot of them are low HP, and no upgrades for them. I'm surprised to see no upgrades from NyanRacingCat just yet, as Hagrit retreating here. And there's the villagers starting to build out. Hagrid's got no use for this army right now. He can sneak around here if he wants to just run into this town center and try and get around the back. It is an option for him. Going after the citizen here. Does not get it, as the citizen can just garrison into that town center. Totally fine for him there. And a couple of units falling for Hagrid, but he has finally stopped the production of units, throwing up the armory. Going to be going for that heroic age. Still hasn't moved back onto this hump though. Whenever you're putting on pressure, this is why getting those berries earlier was such a mistake, because he was putting on pressure. That meant that he did not need to defend his economy. Obviously, a couple of units could have come up to hit it, but then you just put more pressure on and you just eat your goat and then come back out when the units have to retreat to defend their base. Now the medium infantry is out, and these Mamillos start being very, very scary. Nice micro from NyanRacingCat. It does take a little bit of damage here. Now the Termite can chase down these Toxotes as well, as they do move very, very slow here. We'll see how he goes. If he can get away. He's deciding not to fight this one. Probably is a good idea, but he is turning around. It's going to force NyanRacingCat back, as he's got the move speed advantage, and both players have retreated here. And there's the Aphrodite coming in. We'll see if that can matter. Potentially a fast mythic here off of the one town center. Actually, for Hagrid, could be an idea here. Earthquake this location. Then a curse with the Chimera. Just completely go for the Matrius style here. Could be an option for Hagrid. We'll see if he goes for it or not. He does have a lot of food income that he needs to get. Though you can sort of trade your way there by putting up a market or something like that, and then buying those resources. You can kind of see there's no resources in the bank for Hagrid, so he can't do it anyways. Had he eaten this hump though, that would be an extra, I don't know, 700 food, probably ish. Don't know how much is in the carcasses. There's 45 and something else over here, but yes, he could have been much further along here. Now 3 town centers for NyanRacingCat as well. The walls are up. Units moving in. Going to attempt to pick off some villages, but nice micro back into the base. The units for Hagrid coming in as well. There's the Aphrodite. You don't want to use... Actually, maybe using Curse on this wouldn't be a bad idea. There's a lot of low HP units here. And then you can get those pigs over here to help eat those and then be able to get to the Mythic Age quite quick. But if your plan is Mythic Age here... you might want to save it for the timing. There's Thea for NyanRacingCat, so he's not even that far behind on the tech here. Immediate palace, immediate market for NyanRacingCat as well. And what is happening over here? We've got the market coming up for Hagrid. Obviously, one town center. Fast Mythic or semi-fast Mythic is the option for Hagrid here. It's looking like how much food in the bank is the question. He's got 700 food, 800 gold, nearly 900 gold. Can trade that wood away for the advance here. Nice snipe here from Nyan. Does pick off one Toxote as the unit's moving in onto this location here. And he's going to actually force this fight. But this is not a good fight here for NyanRacingCat at all. He should actually kind of retreat. And those Terma so very, very low. And the unit's going to get picked off, trying to run through the wall and almost getting a surround here. May actually not quite getting to surround. The pathfinding of the Oranos just way too good. But Hagrid picks off a lot of Terma here, which funnily enough is not that good. You kind of want to leave that population of Terma when your opponent hits the heroic age, just so they waste it, so you can hit the timing a little bit stronger. Now he lost all those Terma. He's just going to replace them with Arcus Destroyers, which are much harder to pick off with this sort of army here. There's the town center. There's the Artemis coming through. You need to have a lot of villagers on the temple to start pumping out Chimera, because that's the win condition here. As we've seen from Matrius's gameplay against Atlantean, the way he comes back in these games through Artemis is essentially he goes, Shockwave hitting everything yet again. He essentially goes Artemis and he spams Chimera and he goes for those Chimera raids trying to get villager pickoffs. Nice micro from Nyan, but not quite close enough. He does get it away though with 1 or 3 HP. But that's not that important. Now the Toxotes can kind of pick it off. The Hippolyta trying to go to town on these units. We need to see an Atlanta, but we cannot get it out because there's not any town centers that can be producing those. And Hagrit is just getting run over here. No town center in sight. Carabalster in the back able to help out immensely. And the NyanRacingCat can just flood in here right now. Do we see a Mythic Age? No, we've got Quarry coming through for Nyan. But Hagrit, Hagrit's going to have to tap out there, unfortunately. Probably could have just not gone this town center, waited for the Chimera to come out, kind of played defensive a little bit, moved away from these gold mines or something, maybe snuck this gold mine as an option, and then tried to hit the timing with the Chimera. Probably would have been the only option here, but because he went for this town center, he had to fight it. So he convinced himself to do that, which simply put, a big thing that you can implement in your gameplay is to have a plan and stick to the plan. And the plan here for Hagrid was clearly 1 town center, semi-fast heroic timing attack. And he changed his plan when he hit the Mythic Age, or when he clicked up for Mythic Age. He changed it to get the 2nd town center. Getting that meant he had to fight for it. He could have not grabbed it until he was fighting. That would have been the way. Push forward, Earthquake, and Chimera spam, and then you just get the town centers later. No harm done there. You do the damage with the Chimera raids, and it's totally fine. But Nyan gets the win. Does get that win, means he can go on to the next round of the relegations / promotions, depending which part of them you're on. Going to be attempting to get into the Champions League. Not sure who he has to play. I think it's Shadowfax, but I could be wrong. And we'll be seeing that game very soon. So if you have enjoyed these games, or actually it could be Mage as well. I'm not sure. I don't know what's happened. So forgive me, whoever. I know that Shadowfax does not have a champion to play against because he's the person he was supposed to play against did drop out, unfortunately. So he will automatically have to play a challenger. But we'll see what happens. So GG, well played by Nyan. Congratulations on that victory. And if you enjoy these games, please consider hitting the Twitch follow, the button on the Twitch. No, that doesn't make sense. The follow button on the Twitch. And if you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button to see the videos as soon as they come out. And I'll see you guys in the next series.